VR arcades can still be a hit or miss these days, but if you want to get a taste of where these are headed, look no further than Japan. This week, Japanese game publisher Bandai Namco is opening its new VR zone here in Shinjuku, Tokyo. Unlike its previous 6-month temporary site in Odaiba, VR Zone Shinjuku will operate for 2 years and is expected to serve 5 to 7 times as many people daily. Ahead of the official launch on Friday, I got to preview some of the 12 VR games there. Most notably, there's Mario Kart VR, which is a multiplayer game linking up to a maximum of 4 rides, and you get to play as either Mario, Luigi, Peach or Yoshi. It's very much like the classic game but strictly in first-person view, and you do have to reach out to grab and throw your weapon. It can be either a banana, a shell or a hammer. This was easily my favourite game though, and I'm sure many people will feel the same way.
Oh, yeah!
Another highly anticipated game though is Dragon Ball VR, in which you get to learn how to make your own Kamehameha, so that you can fight the person in the other booth. I was greeted by Goku, who gave me step-by-step instructions, and after destroying a few large rocks, I was teleported to the battlefield to face my enemy. I loved how the platform and the gloves vibrated while I was generating a Kamehameha, and as a bonus, the platform also blew a breeze in front of me. Hopefully we'll get to go Super Saiyan in the future release of this game. If you're into mecha anime, you definitely want to try Evangelion VR. The game places the player inside one of the 3 Evangelion machines, and I could actually feel the coolness going up my body as the liquid was being filled up in the cockpit. Soon, I was already enjoying the view inside the loading bay as I waited for the launch. Once on the ground, the 3 of us had to run around and attack the angel from all sorts of angles, and that felt awesome. That said, it took me a while to realise that I could pick up more powerful weapons, and it wasn't long before I collapsed and watched myself being engulfed by that ugly monster. Oh! By now, you probably have a better idea of what's going on here at VR Zone. It's all about using the HTC Vive to make arcade rides more immersive, and obviously, Bandai Namco can leverage its popular titles to let people play as their favourite anime characters. But that's not to say that the other VR games there are not worth checking out. I also enjoyed Hana Charity, which literally means winged bicycle, and it's rather self-explanatory. Even though it required some exercising, the view was stunning, and I managed to dodge all the obstacles to reach the castle. If you want something more thrilling for a group of 4, you should check out Dinosaur Survivor Run. In the game, you're given a self-balancing scooter plus a torch with limited battery life, and the objective is simple. You have to find your way out of the dinosaur park in the dark, or else be eaten. If any of these are too much for you, there's Fishing VR, which can be a 1 or 2 player game to see who catches the biggest fish within 6 minutes. While I'm not a fishing expert, the gear made the experience a tad more realistic and also fun for others to watch. I actually managed to set a record that day with an 86cm long fish too. Now obviously, this VR zone is still somewhat experimental, but Bandai Namco said that if all goes well, it may start rolling out more VR arcades across Japan and maybe even overseas. But for now, if you want some top tier VR gaming action, you're just gonna have to fly yourself over here in Japan.